Hello and welcome to UI7 Live. I'm Pari Apostolakos. In the last 2 weeks, over 900 staff members across the Midwest Mayo Clinic system have been diagnosed with COVID-19. A staff member says the Mayo Clinic staff are being infected mostly due to community spread. The Midwest Mayo Clinic system is made up of clinics, hospitals, and other medical care facilities with locations across Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. These Midwestern states have been seeing large increases during the latest round of COVID-19 case surges. In Iowa, Governor Kim Reynolds announced a new health order requiring masks indoors, saying hospitals have been pushed to the brink by the spread of the virus. Minnesota's governor also announced new social distancing measures this week to help slow the spread, and Wisconsin's governor declared a new state of emergency. This news coming to us as the U.S. coronavirus death toll has officially surpassed 250,000 today. With temperatures dropping and winter not having quite begun, health experts warn that it could get worse in the weeks and months ahead. More than 250,000 people have now died from COVID-19. That's 10 times the number of people killed in an average year in car crashes. Crashes, strokes, and suicides together don't claim as many American lives in a full year as the coronavirus has in less than 10 months. It's also about 6 times the average 42,000 people who died from the flu in the years before COVID-19. Medical experts are warning that the death rate will keep soaring if Americans don't get more serious about masks and physical distancing. The sobering and tragic new death toll in the U.S. is the highest in the world. Per capita, our numbers are worse than some countries like India, with less resources and a higher population. As positive COVID test results increase across the country, students here at the university are contracting the coronavirus as well. I spoke to one student about her unique case.
Didn't see you there.
University of Illinois senior Jenny Pineda felt a lot of things when she received her positive COVID test result. But the most overwhelming of them all was confusion.
So the Friday before I got a positive antibody test. So after seeing that and then getting the positive COVID result, I was kind of sitting in bed just so confused that I was like, there's no way, like how does that make any sense?
According to the CDC, antibody tests check one's blood to see if there is evidence of past infection with the virus that causes COVID-19, which results in possible temporary immunity from becoming reinfected with the virus. Studies have shown that antibodies can last around 3 months, but according to a recent New York Times article, they may last years. Unfortunately, Pineda did not receive much clarity about her unique test results.
There was a lack of information. I just truly don't understand why they wouldn't just rerun my test or see contagion levels just to definitely rule it out, because obviously isolating for 10 days and let's say I didn't have it would have been a crazy thing to do.
Despite not receiving answers to her questions, Pineda did what was asked of her in the days that followed her test, and that included notifying her roommates.
So my roommates, we had a talk before, we always talk about what would happen if someone got it, so we kind of all knew kind of what we would be doing in regards to if I would stay in my room, wear a mask, such and such. So we were kind of prepared in that aspect. And then everyone else, I feel like when you're interacting with people outside of your house, you're kind of prepared to have that one positive case.
Pineda currently lives in a house located in the off-campus neighborhood known as Seniorland. She shares the residence with 7 other university students. Senior Nicole Economou is one of them.
They actually did not reach out to us immediately to quarantine. It was actually a couple days before they called all of us.
This was not the first time the coronavirus impacted her personally.
I mean, I already had COVID, so I didn't think that I would get it again, even though it's been a few months. But some of the roommates were at first scared, but I guess because of the confusion, it wasn't as scary.
But it's not to say that the quarantine period didn't come with other challenges.
I think it is frustrating for students. I mean, especially us as seniors, it's our last year on campus. We don't want to be told that we can't leave the house.
Despite feeling a lack of clarity, Pineda still has hopes for the future as we ride the second wave of this pandemic.
Well, I would hope that, we've seen so many cases already that those kids aren't going to get it as quickly. So hoping that the 3-month antibody, what they're saying about being able to be safe from it for 3 months is a little bit longer than that. And also hopefully with the vaccine starting to roll out and those trials being successful, that we would see less results, I'm hoping. That's what I'm really hoping for, and then some normalcy soon.
When you have little contact with the outside world, like the two students we just saw who had recently quarantined, pets bring so much joy into your life. UI7 Live's Joanna Jew tells us the mental benefits of pet ownership are more precious nowadays during such stressful times as a global pandemic.
Now that social distancing is the new norm, about 33% of Americans have considered getting a pet. At U of I, many choose to get a pet to accompany them. Boo Boo is a British short-hair cat. In early March this year, Tian Zhang and his boyfriend drove to Chicago O'Hare Airport to pick him up. According to Zhang, Boo Boo was only 4 months old and took the plane by himself from New York.
After I finished signing those documents, I just saw Boo Boo at the cage. I feel like he was so cute and my heart just melted.
When I first heard the name of Boo Boo from my girlfriend, I thought about the French car-made brand, Bugatti. Bugatti is elegant and fast. I want Boo Boo to be elegant and fast too, so that's why I named him Bugatti as his full name.
Zhang's boyfriend, Tian Fangfang, is a graduate student at Washington University in St. Louis. Due to COVID-19, all the classes went online. Fang says that he comes to the U of I about every 2 weeks to see Zhang and his son Boo Boo.
When I was in St. Louis, my girlfriend often shared some video clips and pictures of Boo Boo to me, and I miss them both.
This semester, Zhang spends most of time staying home. She says before COVID hit, she was rushing to finish her classworks early to get home and play with Boo Boo, but now she can spend more time watching Boo Boo's growth.
Since I have to stay in the apartment for a very long time, and I cannot hang out with friends that much, so like Boo Boo was a kind of emotional support for me to like accompany me as well.
That is all that we have for this installment of UI7 Live. I'm Pari Apostolakos. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram and give us a like on Facebook. You can also catch all of our stories on vimeo.com/UI7Live.